Now let's go to story number 2. A day before the Air India AI 171 probe report is released, and NDTV can confirm to you that the probe report is going to be released very likely tomorrow, according to our sources. A last-ditch effort is being mounted by sections of the Western press, which has been doing so for the last month, to put the entire blame for the accident on the crew of the Boeing 787 aircraft. Is this pilot bashing? Is this some kind of a preemptive cover-up? The Wall Street Journal is the latest to join the bandwagon and seems to be playing its own games. Are these motivated leaks, or are these pieces of factual journalism that is taking place? Remember that there are very, very big stakes in the preliminary probe report that is all set to very likely be made public tomorrow. But are Western press elements participating in a mission cover-up to blame pilots who are dead and cannot protect themselves or defend themselves in order to protect the bigger stakeholders in an air crash of this kind? I don't even need to take their names. You know who they are, because there are mega stakes in the Air India crash report. The guilt seems to be writ large already. Is this facts, or is it a preemptive strike, is the big question. Okay, let me just give you examples of what's happening right now. Air India, the flight 171 crash has killed over 250 people. The tragedy struck a month ago on the 12th of June. The Dreamliner plunges moments after takeoff. Premature verdict. Wall Street Journal clears the maker of the aircraft before the Air Accident Investigation Board probe cites anonymous US officials, no evidence shared. Nobody in India has been able to report any probe details. What is the Wall Street Journal talking about from the United States side? Then you've got that convenient targeting. Deceased Indian pilots blamed. Wall Street Journal claims fuel switches were turned off, but offers no clarity on cause or intent. Could this be speculation or spin? The preliminary report is not even out yet. Are there motivated leaks going on? Still, there is a verdict in the press. India's crash investigation board has not published its findings. I want to say that categorically. It may happen only tomorrow. Is this narrative engineering on behalf of those who stand to lose billions in case this is a mechanical failure of the aircraft? Wall Street Journal, the Air Current, global media pushing that same line. There seems to be a pattern. No fault with the aircraft maker or the engine maker, relying solely on unnamed sources for leaks. Is there a pattern of protection? The aircraft maker's history of having been punished for various other lapses, even in the recent past. Is the media being used as a shield? Is the US media running PR for companies or for even the US government to deflect possible blame before the report actually comes out? Has it already planted the seeds of doubt in the public's mind? Because we know for a fact that lobbying is definitely happening. And what this means is accountability is being denied even before accountability can be fixed. This is deflection preemptively taken. Is it propaganda before proof? Is there a coordinated campaign ahead of that report that you will read first here on NDTV? Is the real question that we're asking tonight. Vishnu Shom, who's been tracking and breaking every aspect of the Air India 171 crash and the expected probe, is with me, and he has details on what is going on and what to expect. Vishnu.
Well, Shiv, I can tell you that there is a good chance that this report is going to finally be out tomorrow. But I should equally point out that the process of communications has been fairly appalling. I think there's no two ways about it. In this particular case, the situation which is being looked very closely across the world, when there are leaks which are appearing in the Western media, where finger pointing is taking place by one impacted party or potentially one impacted party to another potentially impacted party, what one needs is clarity. So our sources, as of 8:15 p.m. this Friday evening, don't know the date, don't know the time, and they don't have 100% confirmation on the date either, but they are saying that chances are that it's going to be out tomorrow. I would suggest that would possibly be sometime tomorrow afternoon. Is it going to be published in the website of the Accident Investigation Board? Will there be a press conference? No answers even on that. But the Civil Aviation Minister has said that there is procedure that is going on. there will be transparency? If there is, where exactly is it? I think it is important to point out that if one is talking about transparency, that is absolutely linked to the process in which you communicate. This is important for airlines around the world operating the Dreamliner. There is clarity which needs to be offered to the families as well who've lost so much. What about Air India as a company, the Tatas? What about Boeing and General Electric as a company? But let's give you an idea of how the American NTSB, that's their National Transport Safety Board, communicates during crashes and how exactly we are doing that. First up, top of the screen, Air India 171. The crash took place on the 12th of June. 260 people, including people on the ground, lost their lives. Where is the preliminary report? For a week, we believed that that report would be out today. As of 8:10 p.m., there is no confirmation of it coming out tomorrow. We are saying it is likely to come out at some stage tomorrow. The number of press conferences held by the AAIB, which is investigating, that's an Indian agency, 0. The number of press releases, only 1. Now compare that with what America's has been doing. Let's take a look at a couple of data points. American Airlines Flight 191, 1979, the report was out in 14 days. There were 2 press conferences, 3 press releases. American Airlines Flight 587, November 2001, 265 people dead. The preliminary report in 17 days, 3 press conferences and 4 press releases. Pan Am Flight 759, 1982, 153 dead. 30 days the report was out, 1 press conference and 2 press releases. A Northwest Flight 1987, again, 3 press releases, 2 press conferences. Let's go to the next page if we can. And that actually gives you, and I'm not going to go through each one of them, but just look at the latest one. American Eagle Flight 5342. This was the crash which took place in the Washington area in January 29, 2025. 67 people died. The report, the preliminary one, out in 14 days. There were 4 press conferences and 9 press releases. How many press releases have we had in the case of Air India? Let's just go back to the previous page. Well, just 1 press conference, 1 press release which has been out. Have there been any press conferences? No. Will there be a press conference tomorrow? At this stage, we still don't know. Where is the crisis in and credibility in terms of communicating during an air disaster?
Vishnu, thanks very much for that. So tomorrow afternoon is when that report is all set to very likely be out. We will be ready. You will hear all about it right here on NDTV. Vishnu, thanks for that.